Hi everyone, in this video I will teach you how to properly use rows and columns in Flutter and why you might be doing it wrong. I will start with the basic properties of rows and columns, and then we will learn different types in which you can lay out the elements in a row or a column. If you stick till the end, you will see some tricks to prevent text overflow and learn more about alternative widgets you might want to use instead. Okay, so I have created a basic screen over here. In the body we have a column, and this column consists of 4 icons. So we will start by learning the basic properties of rows and column. Alright, so if you see over here at the emulator, you will see these 4 icons are there in a vertical layout, and that's the property of a column. It displays the elements in vertical layout. Similarly, a row displays the elements in horizontal layout. So for instance, in a column, this vertical axis, this is called the main axis because the column displays it in a vertical manner, and the horizontal axis is called the cross axis. And similarly, in a row, the main axis is the horizontal one and the cross axis is the vertical one. So now in a column, if you type main axis alignment over here, and this takes in a parameter called main axis alignment, and if you press dot, you can see there are many options over here: center, end, space around, space between, space evenly, and start. So if you have done web development before, you might be familiar with this because it's quite similar in HTML, CSS. So okay, so let's go one by one. So these are the elements right now, and like they are the layout is pretty basic, like there is no space or anything. So right now the main axis, if I type in main axis alignment or center, and if I save it and refresh this, I think I should give it a color over here so that you can see the row and column properly. Let's give it amber. Cool. Yeah, that's better. So you can see the row that is in yellow, and the items are these icons, and right now I have given the main axis alignment as center. So main axis, that is the vertical axis, and we are all the elements are in the center. So similarly, you might have guessed, if you place space between and save, all these elements will have a space in between, and the space is of equal size. Similarly, we have space evenly. In space evenly, we have space on both sides of the icon, and we have even space on between all icons. Alright, so similarly we have start and end. So if you do start, they will go at the top, and if you do end, this will go at the bottom. So start is pretty similar to the default behavior of a column. Okay, so before we discuss cross axis alignment, which is the horizontal axis, I want to show you what is main axis size. So there is another property, main axis size, and this also takes in a parameter called main axis size. And if you see right now, yeah, the yellow container, it is taking the full height, right? So the column is taking the full height of the screen. What if you just wanted to take the minimum height, that is just up till the icons are there, right? So let's just move it to the top first, and I will write main axis size dot min. Okay, yeah. So you see that the column has now shrink down, and it is only taking the required height of how much the height that the children are taking. So this main axis size, it tells us, it tells the column how much the size of the main axis should be. Similarly, there is min and max. So if you do max over here, and let's refresh this, so this will go to the full height, and this is quite similar to the default behavior. Okay, so now that we are done with main axis alignment and main axis size, let's now move on to cross axis. So this is very similar to main axis, and here we go, cross axis alignment, and similarly we have center, start, and end. So if I save this and refresh, you see nothing happens over here because the width of our column is just up till the required size, and it's not taking the full size, right? So if we make the column to its full size, then you will see the changes. So to do that, you might guess that we'll do something similar to main axis size, like cross axis size, but unfortunately there is nothing called cross axis size. So to do that, you wrap your column with a size box, and in this we have a width, and this width will be the screen width, right? So to get the screen width in Flutter, we do media query dot of context, and this gives us the size dot width. So if I save this and refresh, now you see that our column takes the full width, and due to this cross axis alignment dot center, all our items are in the center of the horizontal axis. So this is similar, like if I do dot end, and it will go to the end. All right, so this is how you do cross axis alignment, and just remember that there is no cross axis size. You have to manually define the width of a column. So what if you want to display your elements in not so systematic or symmetric manner? So in that case, what I have done here is I have wrapped our icon with a container, and I gave each container a unique color so that we can see what's happening more clearly, right? So let's say what we want to do is we want to have the default width for the top 3 icons, and we want the last icon to use the full width, the last container I mean. So in that case, what you can do is you might think that we give this a width, that is the remaining size, but that is not so responsive, and there's a better way to do that. So what you do is we wrap the container with a widget, and this widget is called expanded. So what this will do is it will expand this this container over its parent's flex widget. The parent flex widget is column, so it will expand in the vertical axis. So if I reload this, you can see that this red container is taking the whole space, right? So just imagine this as a flex box. So what if I add a expanded over here? What do you think will happen? So let's do that, expanded, and I reload the app. So you can see that these two are taking the default height, and the other two are dividing the height among themselves in similar ratio. Like these this first one and this last one are of the same size, because we haven't provided any other property. These two are taking the same height. So if I do if I add expanded in the other two containers as well, you can see they are distributed evenly among themselves, and the height is distributed evenly. All right, so this is how you lay out the elements in responsive manner. Okay, so next you might wonder what happens, like what to do if you don't want this in an even manner. Maybe you want this one to take the double height and the other ones to take the default height. Okay, so in expanded we have a parameter. If you hover over this, you can see there's a parameter called flex. Can you just, yeah, all right. So the default value for flex is 1. So if I just write 1 and save, then nothing will happen, because you can see the default value is 1. So what if I want to do like double height here? So I will write flex equal to 2, and if I refresh this, now this will take this will expand in the ratio that it will expand will be double. So this will take the double height, and all the others will take the remaining height in even ratio. So we can do similar things over here, like for example, if I give this flex 0, what do you think will happen? Okay, I will refresh this, and you see this does not expand at all. This is quite similar to if you remove the expanded widget from here. Okay, another very common scenario that happens when you use a row or a column is that you might have already come across this, but here I have a row, and inside this I have a text, and this text is a very large text. which if you see on the emulator, it kind of overflows. So it gives a pixel overflow error warning. So how to fix this? The best thing you can do is you wrap your text with an expanded widget. So if I do this and I reload, yeah, you can see that when it reaches the end, the text simply goes to the next line. And here you can do all different kinds of things with the text. For example, if you just want to have the text in a single line, not in the second line, then there's a property called overflow, and this takes in text overflow. And here we have different more properties. So the most common one that is used is text dot ellipsis. And if I save and reload this, when the text is about to overflow, it will just show a dot 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 instead. And you have clip and fade that have more that give more styles to the text. Alright, so congrats on making it to the bonus section. So just before this we talked about a similar overflow issue, but instead of a text, here we have a row which contains multiple icons, multiple square icons, and you can see that it is clearly overflowed on the horizontal axis. So the solution that we saw earlier was just to like wrap the text with expanded, but here we have multiple icons, right? So you can just wrap all of them with expanded. It will not solve the issue. So here what we want is we need the square that are overflowing to come to the second line or the third line, whatever. So this is where many people make the mistake and try to do this using just the row, but Flutter gives us a better widget to do that. So instead of row, we will write wrap. So what wrap does is it doesn't overflow if you keep adding more items. It just goes to the next line. And if I refresh this, you can see it in action. Alright, thank you for tuning in this video, and I hope you learned more about rows and columns than you did before. And this has been the first part of the layout tutorial, and I am expecting to release another video. I think it will be on the list view and grid view. These are more types in which you can display data on in various ways. So I will see you there. Cheers.